Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bernadotte, the Fire Shadow Claw, and if he's actually good or not. You know, if you get a monster, especially if it's from the ancient coin shop where you're having to save up ancient coins for the longest time, you want it to be an actual good monster, or at the very least, you want it to be good enough to where it takes priority over other monsters, right? For example, I regard the Dark Vampire Lord. He's like the first one you get because he's super useful in tons of dungeons. I mean, using him in Punishers, Steel Fortress. You're using him in pretty much all of the Rift areas. He's really useful. So is Bernadotte, also one of those units where it's just like he's useful in tons of areas. That's what we're here to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at his skills, and then we'll take a look at my Bernadotte. I think I put in a good amount of work into him. He's not perfect, but he's pretty freaking good. So let's take a look at the skills. First of all, his base stats are pretty good. He has a good base attack, good speed as long as it's over 100, and good HP, over 10k. So let's look at his first skill. First skill is called Mock Slash, where he attacks the enemy and decreases the attack power for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Damage and effect rate go up when you skill him up, which attack break on first skill is always good. It's good for places like dragons or spiritual realm, or just generally places where you don't want to take damage. It's good literally anywhere. It's not a useless like first skill. Second skill is AoE that attacks all enemies 3 times. Each attack has a 20% chance to remove one beneficial effect and a 30% chance to absorb the attack bar randomly between 10 to 15%. And this is every 3 turns when fully skilled up, and the harmful effect rate does go up when skilling it up as well. So it is worth skilling this up. An AoE strip that absorbs the attack bar. I could already tell you. Okay, so one, again, good in dragons because he's going to be removing beneficial effects from the dragon. So if the dragon does somehow get beneficial effects, if for some reason all of your attack bar reducing or attack speed slow debuffs just don't work, he's at least stripping, and he has multiple chances to strip a beneficial effect, and he absorbs the attack bar. So it's not like the situation we had with like Bella Dion, the Light Inagami, before her 2A, to where she uses that second skill, her strip. It's all it does. So she doesn't really gain anything out of it if she just uses it randomly. At least here, even if he is not doing it to strip an enemy, he's absorbing attack bar, which is going to be helpful for like the crystal and the dragons, or even the dragon itself, and generally in any of these boss fights where you're absorbing the crystals and the boss's attack bar. So that's good. Skill 3, Shadow Blade. Attacks the enemy target 3 times to remove one beneficial effect with a 30% chance and leave a branding effect for 2 turns with a 100% chance per hit. So another multi-hit strip. So again, really good for like dragons. And the damage increases by 15% per harmful effect granted on the enemy. So he also does big damage. And he instantly gains another turn if all attacks land as a critical hit every 4 turns. So really good. He's a unit that's made to just strip the enemy of all their buffs, and he also has a crit rate lead, so really good. I mentioned dragons, spiritual realm. I don't know, maybe you could use him in like places like Punishers maybe, but I don't know if I would. Let's see. Usage, Rift Raid. Okay, people use him in Rift Raid. Yeah, he has an attack break, but and branding, so I guess that works, and he does damage based off of harmful effects, so he could do damage. Guild Battle, Dragon's Abyss, Steel Fortress. I figured Steel Fortress kind of, but Rift Dungeons, the Wind one, yes, I could see that. But other than that, no one is using him in Spiritual Realm, I guess. We'll see if he actually works there. So let's go to my Bernadotte real quick. So, of course, my Bernadotte is fully skilled up. I made sure to get him fully skilled up for this. I want to use him at his fullest potential. Here are his stats. He's okay. He's an okay Bernadotte. 86% crit rate. We really want him to crit as much as possible. Though the places we're going to be using him, I don't think he's going to have trouble with that. I want to definitely take him into Dragons and then Spiritual Realm. So 1,600 bonus attack. Pretty decent bonus HP, 86% crit rate, and 205% crit damage, and 54% accuracy. I think the accuracy is a bit important, maybe. I mean, at least get some accuracy into him like I did. He's on a Rage Blade and some pretty decent artifacts. He's not on terrible ones. So let's start with the artifacts. The Fire artifact gives some defense. I didn't really care what the main stat did, as long as the substats had what I wanted. So the damage he's going to be taking from fire, like for the dragon, is reduced by 16%. The damage he's going to deal on that dragon, which for fire, is increased. Any attack and defense buffs he's going to get, which will be helpful for like places like the spiritual realm, are going to increase. And he does additional damage based off of his attack. With the attack artifact, skill 2 crit damage goes up, skill 2 accuracy goes up, crit damage as the enemy has more max HP, 10%, and the skill 3 accuracy plus 20%. So he's really getting a lot out of these artifacts. So even if they don't have the attack stat, at the very least he's a little bit more tanky, and he's actually doing what he has to do. So Rage Blade, obviously. I don't think the speed was super important. I could have taken out the speed and probably put like flat attack or whatever, but I'll just leave it as is. Accuracy, crit rate, attack. Flat attack works since I can't put attack percent, and then flat HP. Or not flat HP, HP percent. Again, crit rate, crit damage, speed, HP. Again, more HP, accuracy, crit rate, speed. Just tons of HP, tons of attack, crit rate, crit damage. And then slot 2, 4, 6 is attack, crit damage, attack. I'm sure some people are going to go speed, crit damage, attack just to kind of get him off more. But I think attack, crit damage, attack works. So, let's see. People go Rage Blade, slot 2. For most people, it is speed. I can see that. Obviously, you go crit damage, attack. So, speed, crit damage, attack for most people. I'm going attack, crit damage, attack because of some of the places that I'm using him in. One of the places I was using him in was Spiritual Realm, and I want my Seek to go first. And if he outspeeds Seek for some reason, it's going to be annoying, because if he doesn't crit and he uses his skill 3, then he doesn't get another turn. I want him to get more turns. I think it's better for him to go second or third or whatever, as long as he's not going first, because he's not applying buffs to our allies, and he's fast enough, right? So let's go into the first dungeon, which is dragons, and then I'll see you guys then. Okay, so the first place we're gonna test him is Dragon's Abyss Hard. I'm being a little stupid with the this team. I should be putting like Lauren here, but I'm gonna put Crow just to see if we can just like really like burst out some damage, because that'd be crazy. I mean, we have 2 types of branding here. We have a co-op in here. We have technically 3 attack bar reduction units because Bernadotte, but we'll say 2. I'd love to try different units in this thing. Heck, we can even throw in the Ikaru just for fun. I'm really just doing it for fun. This is probably not the best team, but F it, right? Let's just go in. Let's just have some fun. So I've used him quite a few times, obviously, and I'll notice that he does that, right? He'll go skill 3 and then go skill 2, which is really good for like the waves, because he prevents the waves from moving a little bit. Plus, there's a great chance that he does knock out one of the units, or the enemies. So, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. So we're pushing quite a few turns before the giant, or not before the mid boss even got a chance to attack. I wonder how it's going to go down in the boss stage. There's a good chance we don't win, but I mean, we got our strip. We got an okay amount of attack bar reduction. We should be able to nuke the boss before anything major happens. So let's see. So we did some absorbing. Decrease attack power. So when the dragon does attack, he really doesn't do nothing. Yeah, see, that was nothing. We don't have a defense break though. That's a problem. But we could always. Oh, we could always. Could throw in Ryok just for fun, but then I mean, we could. Maybe Ryok would be better than Crow here. That was actually a little bit fast. Please don't be my new time. Okay, yeah, that wasn't that. Okay, that wasn't that fast. Maybe I'm just talking too much. Yeah, maybe I am. We'll do one more with Ryok, because now I want to see Ryok. Now I want to see I want to see so many units. Maybe, you know what? This is probably smarter. It might not get us tons of damage, but we're going to have tons of units attacking. We're going to have tons of units attacking. Oh, that might actually be better in terms of damage. So Ryok would have gotten an extra turn, but it's fine. Gosh, all the Enigamis are pretty good here, except, or maybe not Ramahan and Belladon. Belladon can work here, but it's not good. But mainly bring Ikaru for, like, the defense break, right? And then when he gets attacked by the dragon, he'll counter. Oh, that was scary. That is very scary. But what are we hoping to see? I mean, we really just want to see him brand, do damage, and then also strip if that time does come. Because there's going to be a time when Veramos and or Spectra just don't land nothing, or they don't do. And it was, see, so they didn't land that, so there's a good chance. Oh. Okay, so he's going to defense break. There we go. That is one problem right there, actually, now that I think about it. Is that he uses both a skill 3 and skill 2 at the same time. So there's a chance that you just don't have it up when you need it. But I think if you just run him with Lauren Verd, Veramos, and then Spectra, it works. I mean, heck, he might not even need Spectra after a while. But it's not bad at all, actually. I also could have thrown in Sigmaris. But, you know what? We'll do this last one. We'll throw in Galleon. My Galleon isn't that great. But, maybe he increases attack power and breaks defense. Absorbs attack power. Yada, yada. We'll see. Right? We'll see. He moves before Bernadotte. So, he moves before everyone. Why? What? Okay. You're so stupid. What? That was so stupid. Oh my gosh. What the heck, Galleon? Jesus Christ. Okay. Whatever, as long as he's got the defense break going. Oh! Oh my god, that was beautiful, actually. I just need to get Galleon skilled up more. I need to save my engraved scrolls for when pirate captains appear on the engraved summons. Don't use it now. Oh gosh, okay. Well, we got a defense break. Waiting for the attack buff. Brother, man, we can't wait forever. There we go. Okay. Backlash. Not bad. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Okay, that was the last run for dragons, I promise. Let's move on to defense percent. Yeah, I'll keep it. Let's move on to spiritual realm. Okay, so here we are in the spiritual realm, and this is the team right here. It is not the best team you could have. I'm sure there are far better teams. But we have Verd as the lead. We could have Bernadotte as a lead, and he would give us a crit rate lead. But obviously, in a game where you take turns, you're going to want a valuable taking as many turns as possible. So we have Verd as the lead. I believe I showed him earlier. But Not the best built. Actually, can we, barely. We barely have enough mana to get him enough defense. But, Shayna, I believe her name is, yep. I made her slow on purpose. I wanted her to be slower than Seek, so Seek can give a buff, so she's actually landing her defense break. I mean, there's no point in her going first if she's not going to land anything, and she's only going to give stacks to the boss. Seek, speed, crit damage, HP, so he survives because he's a nat 2, and he has no HP. He will die. So, unless you have good runes, which I obviously don't have on him. Wave 1, they absolutely murdered. Okay. Unneeded Seek, but thank you. Okay. Really, Rauk? You didn't kill? Whatever, that's good. Okay, so we got her to about half health before she really did a lot. Now she's just gonna mess us up, okay? No defense break. That's cool. I feel like Bernadotte is a big help. Can we land our oh my god. Can we land our debuffs, y'all? Y'all don't have like 1 accuracy. Oh my god. I swear to god, this team is not that bad. Why did it perform like that? Whatever. It's fine. See, you see my time is 54 seconds. You know what? If I would take better care of my monsters and rune them properly instead of just throwing whatever I could on them, maybe I'd get consistent fast times. Let's try one more time. So, boom. Crazy first wave. Defense break. Boom. Sorry for the sniffling. Just crying because my team sucked on that last one. Rauk's gonna murder. Okay, we start off with the buff. Okay, so a little less than half health right now. She's about to move again. Maybe it would be wise to use units that have slows, like maybe the Vampire Lord or something. So now you're landing debuffs, which means we might actually win. There we go. See, that wasn't that hard. You're gonna make me look stupid in front of everybody. A minute 11. That's good. Obviously he's killing it with these stages. Is there anywhere else? Okay, so here we are, Rift Raid 5. We're gonna be doing it solo. If you guys don't know how to do Rift Raid 5 solo, essentially bring tons of debuffs. I mean, glancing, attack break, defense break. Did I say branding? Slowing, just everything. So you can see here, we have tons of units that have defense breaks, tons with attack breaks, couple with slows. I think, do we have any with slows actually? Now that I think about it, I don't think so. Or Shannon has a slow, but tons of debuffs, and then each team needs at least 1 or 2 good attackers. Maybe. I mean, obviously my team has a lot of good attackers, but whatever. Bernadotte. What does he bring to the table? I mean, yeah, you could say raw damage, but any unit can bring raw damage. We want more than that. So skill 1 has the attack power break, so he's going to be reducing the enemy's attack power, which is good. Skill 2 doesn't really do anything here. Skill 3 has a branding, which if you look at all the units here, Crow has a branding, Bernadotte, obviously, Naomi has a branding, but other than that, I don't think anyone else has branding. Basalt, yeah, no, he doesn't have branding. Gene doesn't, I don't believe so. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone has branding. So, he's pretty useful. So let's jump in, let's see how he performs. He should be performing fine. We've seen his damage so far, and he just does really well. Okay, not bad. And plus he's proccing tons of turns, so that's really good. Darian, I believe is his name, the Light Vagabond, is obviously really good here if you're trying to build an R5 team. He reduces incoming damage, which that's what you want to do. The first like part of this fight is the easy part. The second part is what most people struggle with. I think even sometimes you'll see that my team struggles with it, but I think more often than not I'm winning these fights easy. You can see everyone was affected by that stun, kind of. You could use a buff from Shannon. Nope. Okay, that's good. We got immunity. Boom! Okay. That was almost 100k damage. Oh my gosh, that was good. That was good, yeah. A minute 19. It's whatever, as long as we're beating it, right? So, let's go to the monster collection thingy. Okay, so what have we learned in this video? He's good in dragons. He's good in spiritual realm. Good in R5, obviously. Yeah, I think obviously this unit is definitely worth building. A beginner build could definitely be Fatal Blade or Despair Blade. You could argue Despair Blade for places like, you know, for dragons or the spiritual realm for like the waves, but it doesn't really help in the boss stage. Though you won't really have a beginner build for him because he's not going to be the first unit you're picking. You're going to pick Iragar before him. By the time you get to him, you should be in dragons and potentially even Necropolis. I mean, by the time I got him, I was already doing Necropolis, which means I had myself a decent amount of Rage Runes coming in. So, Rage Blade is pretty much, I think, in my opinion, the best build for him. And most people tend to think so. Rage Wheels, whatever. I mean, Rage Wheel is what you use for PvP. Violent, I can imagine him on a Violent set. Because imagine he procs this, or he does this, he gets an extra turn, then he does this skill too, and then he Violence out of it, and then he does another one. But if you're using him for dungeons, if your best time, or if your runs are based off of him getting his Violent procs or not, I don't know. It really depends on what you're using him for. So if you're using him for PvE, either Despair or Rage, I think is good. Rage is obviously the better one because he's getting more damage. The stats you want to aim for are obviously attack, tons of crit rate because you want that skill 3 to proc because it only procs with critting on every attack, and then tons of crit damage and some accuracy. You want him to land all these skills. So, pretty decent unit. Pretty good unit, actually. I say decent. Pretty good unit. Worth skilling up. I mean, once you get these first 2 skills up, don't even worry about the first skill, obviously. But definitely worth skilling up. Definitely worth getting. So, I hope this video was helpful to anyone watching it. And maybe you learned a thing or two about any of these stages that you're having trouble with by watching me. But obviously don't copy my spiritual realm team. I suck. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.